Welcome to the Manchester Level Club third interview with our participants who are taking part in the big charity skydive event on the 14th of August. Today we have the very special guest, the gaffer, the main man, the boss himself, Mark Davis APGM. Thank you for joining us, Mark.
My pleasure.
Again, in a display of true leadership, Mark is getting involved. We've dragged him in again, but no, we can only commend you, Mark, for joining in, because you've done the Yorkshire Three Peaks with us, and now you're going to be jumping out of a plane. So we can only commend you for showing a true display of leadership. So thank you very much.
Well, again, I won't say it's my pleasure, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So how have you been? Well, I haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, it's good. I think everybody's just sort of getting through day by day, but there seems to be some light at the end of the tunnel now, which we can start to plan for. And yeah, it's certainly starting to rev up, certainly on Masonic front and from a personal perspective as well. So yeah, really looking forward to the summer.
Yeah, nice. Well, on that note, actually, is there any updates in terms of Manchester Masons or any initiatives you'd like to push?
None other than the initiatives that you guys have already set in motion, during your time as chairman and the committee members there. The learning sessions seem to be going from strength to strength. Obviously, the focus is on the skydive this time round, but obviously there's a new chairman this year. I'm sure he'll have some new initiatives, and I think it's going to be doubly important, because when we do get back meeting, we've got a number of initiates that we're looking to bring into Freemasonry, and it's important that the MLC is there to support them in that journey, part of their Masonic journey. So yeah, I think over the coming months, you'll see plenty coming out of the Manchester Masons, whether that's via the districts or through the MLC.
Nice, yeah. Paul Mansell is the new chairman, and Paul's actually jumping with us as well. We will be interviewing Paul and Hittin as well. Hittin's the vice chairman.
Yeah.
So we're going to get both of them on. I don't know if we're doing it at the same time, but you will hear from them guys as well.
Right.
So the big question is, Mark, why are you getting involved? Why are you jumping out of the plane?
Well, I think you've probably seen from the interview that we did, in the podcast. I'm pretty game for stuff like this. I've gone through a big birthday last week. A big 60 birthday. So, as I've said from the interview, you've seen me do this sort of thing on a regular basis. Going back to my school days. So, it's another bucket list tick in the box. The opportunities come along. I suppose I've wanted to do it for a number of years, but never really had the opportunity. And this seemed an ideal opportunity to get out there and obviously raise a few quid as well.
Yeah, definitely, because you give everyone a run for the money on the Yorkshire Three Peaks Challenge. Not that I was putting you down there, Mark. I was just very surprised how you were stomping away, mate, and you were right up there at the front. So, credit where credit's due. But yeah, you actually raised a phenomenal amount of money for on Yorkshire Three Peaks, and I know you're raising for MCF this time around, aren't we?
Yeah.
And it's going to go to festival, because if you could tell us a little bit more about the festival, what that is and how that looks like for members and lodges.
Yeah, the MCF obviously have on the basis that they're distributing over £20 million a year to both Masonic and non-Masonic charities. If we didn't sort of fill the cup up on a regular basis, they'd soon run out of money. And I think East Lancashire is going to launch its festival hopefully later this year. It's a 5-year festival up to 2026, which is effectively a fundraising vehicle to support the MCF in terms of their charitable sort of activities. Every province goes through it, I think something like every 11 or 12 years, whereby they raise funds by whatever means, things like the skydive, donations from the lodges, social activities, which culminates in 2026 with a festival banquet where the big totals announced, as to what sort of numbers we've raised. So hopefully, we'll hit the ground running when the festival's launched. I think it's going to be launched around about November time, but there's going to be a soft launch before then, and any monies that we can raise through the skydive. I know there's a number of us jumping on behalf of the MCF. I appreciate there's a number of other people doing it for for their own charities that they've got connections with. And I noticed, from the interview that you did with Rachel the other day, the ALMC is getting some support there in memory of Charles Ward, which is a fantastic gesture. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's great because I know you raised a fantastic amount for St. Anne's hospice. So I've got, to be honest, you've set the bar pretty high there, Mark. So we're expecting good things and a good big chunk of money to go into the festival. But you're a man of much capability, so I'm sure you'll get some decent donations coming through the door. Just so you know, I've gone over a few numbers. I think we've just gone over £3,500 raised for charity so far, which is between 7 participants at the minute. So congratulations to everyone who is already fundraising. You're doing an amazing job. How are your family feeling? Who knows that you're doing the skydive? Does anyone know yet, or are you waiting?
Yeah, I think obviously the Facebook activity when it was first launched. Yeah, I've got a number of questions. What the hell are you doing? Yeah, I tried to talk some others of the senior exec into doing the jump with me, but there didn't appear to be any takers, either on health grounds or weight grounds or age grounds. So no, it looks like I'll be flying the flag from the senior exec. But yeah, it's really looking forward to it.
I was gonna say, how are you feeling? Are you a little bit nervous, or are you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The only thing I can relate it to, as again when we went back to our interview, I'd done some solo glider flights when I was 16, and that's the only thing I can really relate it to, really, but nothing at the sort of height that we're talking about here. And I think if the number wasn't quite as high as 15, I'd be a lot happier. But that 15,000 number is quite a number, and it's when you start to think about it, the more you think about it, the more uncomfortable you get. So you just got to get on with it, and look forward to it.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. I say it on everyone, but I'm really looking forward to it. There's some really good people involved. Obviously, everyone involved. There's a real good crew there. Everyone's kind of bringing some support networks with them as well. Yeah. Is anyone coming with you? Or?
Yeah, I'm sure Yvonne, my wife, will be coming, and my daughter's due to have a baby in June, so hopefully.
Yeah, congratulations.
And my son, my daughter and my son, with their respective partners, they both got a baby due in June, so that might preclude them from coming down. But certainly get some support from my wife, and I'm sure my dad will be shouting me along, supporting me on the way as well.
Most definitely. But as you said, it is the biggest skydive you can do in the UK and Europe. So it isn't the small one of 10,000 feet. It's 15,000 foot up in the air, which is great because you really get to take it in and you get to enjoy that free fall for a whole lot longer, which is quite nice.
Well, I must admit, I've seen them do it in Portugal, obviously out at Alvor there. I've seen them doing it there. I've watched them from the beach and think, what the hell are they doing? And they've still signed up for it. So yeah, there must be something loose somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. So is there anything you want to add there, Dad? Because I know Mark has always...
I just wondered if Yvonne would be setting up a Just Giving page to see how much to kick you out the plane, Mark. But apart from that, and like you say, like nothing that Dean's already covered. Like I say, you always lead from the top gaffer, so there's nothing else I can add.
In fairness to Yvonne, when we talked about it at the outset, she was half a mind to do it herself.
Oh, come on, Yvonne! If you're watching, Yvonne, come on, we can make it happen.
And there's a group of ladies that with a Masonic connection, and she was talking to them, and she was trying to encourage. I think if one of them had sort of put their hand up and said, "Yeah, I'll do it with you," I think she might have swayed and done it. But I think it might be a step too far for her.
Yeah, well, you never know. That might be a challenge for next year, but let's keep that one quiet.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've obviously set the bar pretty high by, getting on the front page of the UGLE annual report for last year. So yeah, we've set the bar pretty high, and hopefully we can replicate that there and get on the front of next year's version of it.
I know. I think we're going higher. I'm joking. But yeah, this one is a short interview. But again, before we wrap up, Mark, thank you very much for getting involved. Thank you very much for being a true leader. Generally, we generally mean that you can't just make that stuff up. You literally lead from the front. Absolutely fantastic. I'm extremely looking forward to the day. Let's raise as much money as we possibly can. Just so you know, Mark's fundraiser will be in the post on Facebook. So if you go up there, you'll see the post. You can donate to MCF. And if you aren't aware of MCF, there will be a website link up there. If you are a Mason, you can hear of a lot of things that MCF do, but they are absolutely outstanding in terms of the range of charity they do is just phenomenal. They're all
perhaps it's worth me just mentioning though, the MCF is the Masonic Charitable Foundation, and it's actually the central Masonic giving charity. So, it's not a case of just supporting Masons. I think, on average, the MCF makes grants and donations, as I said earlier on, to over 20 million pounds a year. And nearly 50% of that goes to non-Masonic charities, the local hospices. Whilst we support our own, there's many non-Masonic charities that get vital support from the MCF, and particularly over the last 12 months, where I know a number of charities have struggled with their fundraising. The MCF have stepped in and provided vital support to ensure that some of these charities are able to fulfill what they set out to do. So it's not a case of just supporting our own through the Masonic connection. There is a big wider connection that we're able to support on a regular basis as well.
Yeah, definitely. Because just in terms of the impact MCF has on the community is just absolutely massive. So very well put. So again, if you don't know what MCF is, the Masonic Charitable Foundation, please click on the website, because it is outstanding how much they do within our communities. So again, Mark, thank you very much. The 14th of August is coming up. It's like 3 and a bit months away, and we will all be flying through the sky. So I know the pun is light blue, so light blue skies. And I know you're not a light blue anymore, but hey ho.
No, I'm looking forward to it, Dean, and thanks to your and Garrett's effort for putting this thing together. It's a fantastic venture, and one that we're all looking forward to joining with you.
Definitely, thank you. So for now, it is a wrap up. It's the 3rd interview with the main man himself of Manchester Masons, Mark Davis. Thank you very much. Again, thank you, Daz. Thank you all for listening. You will hear from us again. We have some more outstanding and stellar people to hear from who are getting involved with this charity event as well. So it is ciao for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.